and welcome to the Legal Growth Podcast, where we dive into the strategies, challenges, and success stories shaping the future of law firms. I'm your host, Aaron Fulk, and together with Legal Growth Partners, we'll bring you in-depth conversations with top legal professionals, industry innovators, and firm leaders. Our goal is simple: share practical insights, innovative strategies, and real-world advice to help your law firm scale, adapt, and thrive. Whether you're navigating growth challenges or looking to boost your business development, you are in the right place. Let's dive in. I am so excited. This week, our guest is Rochelle Falk. Welcome.
Hi, thank you, Aaron, for having me.
And in case our viewers are confused, I'm F-U-L-K and you're F-A-L-K, so we're not related.
Correct.
But still fun because there's not too many of us out there with those, those other three letters in common.
That's right.
So, okay, let's just dive in. Give us a quick overview of how you chose law and your specialty.
So I was not really planning on going to law school. I'm one of the first in my family to even go to college, and I went to a small Jesuit school here in Kansas City, Rockhurst University, and my first degree was actually nursing. And I finished my first year of nursing, and I thought, I just don't think this is for me. And so I went to registrar or whoever you went to at the time and said, I think I want to change my major and I want to be a marketing major. So I went over to the business school and I was a marketing major, and that's what I was planning on doing. At some point, my husband went to KU and he was from California and he was going home one summer, and I had the opportunity to go with him, but I was like, I need a job. I need something. I need to work to get myself through college. And luckily what is now my mother-in-law, but my future mother-in-law had just started an estate planning law firm. She'd been an attorney for several years and was going out on her own. And she said, look, I really need somebody to come in, help do administrative work, file clerk, whatever. And I was like, great, sounds great. And then after college, we got married and went to California, and my mother-in-law said, hey, I really need some help. I need some help doing some marketing for my new firm and admin. And I loved it so much. I loved the area of estate planning so much that I became a paralegal. We ended up moving back to Kansas City. I went to UMKC Law School, and I went back specifically knowing I wanted to be an estate planning attorney. And what I really love about it is I love helping my clients. It's something that everyone's going to need at some point in their life, even if it's just a simple healthcare power of attorney. But I like educating people, helping families, helping my clients understand what their planning is. And then sadly, when someone passes away, helping the family work through the plan and making sure it's implemented.
I feel like those are three such separate careers: nursing, marketing, and legal.
Nursing was really a blip on the screen, but I think they all have similar qualities in helping people and the education piece. So
that's true. They're in very different parts of the campuses, though.
Mm-hmm. Yes, for sure.
So what has been your biggest growth success story so far?
I mean, really, I was thinking about this when you posed this question to me. I think really, I really went from a file clerk to a lawyer. I have done every job you could do in a law firm. So I think that's my biggest success story, is just coming in, really learning the area of law, learning estate planning, and it's kind of it's an interesting story. I don't think a lot of attorneys do everything in a law firm. So I think that's been my biggest success.
Do you think that, I'm going to throw this one at you, I didn't tell you this one, but because of that, do you think when you hire for the paralegals or for the admin spots that you have kind of a different point of view on that than most attorneys do?
Yes, I definitely think so. I think in the hiring aspect, and also then in the training and working with the paralegals and the staff, I definitely have a different point of view. And I've had paralegals and staff say that to me. They say, you understand it better than most attorneys, because I come in and I'm like, okay, where are you? What's your workload? Where can we fit this in? Versus like, hey, here you go. And then they're drowning. I've been in that situation and it's not fun. So I try to be cognizant of that, just to be like, what else do you have on your plate? And can I jump the line?
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's such a good point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I bet people love, I bet people love working like as your admin team, your paralegal, because you have such a more empathetic view of that.
I'd like to think so. I hope so. I have good relationships with all my paralegals and staff. I actually say all the time, they're my boss. I'm like, you guys just tell me what we need to get done. So.
Right. I feel the same way. You guys do. You know this way better than I do at this point. Right. Tell me what to do.
That's right.
What is your favorite non-legal skill that surprisingly has been really helpful while running your firm?
I would say it's probably the gift of gab. I love to talk. My family would tell you the same thing, that I'm a big talker. And I think especially being in estate planning, part of what we're doing is getting to know our clients, getting to know their families, their personal situation. So I have the listening aspect, but also the talking through different things and talking through scenarios and just sharing, stories and information with my clients. And then also on the networking side, it's important in our business to have a team of professionals that we work with. It's hard to do estate planning in a vacuum. Clients have various needs. And so if they have other professionals they work with, whether it be a tax professional, a financial advisor professional, if they own businesses, it's good to work with them. So it's nice to be able to go out and network and talk to those folks and build those relationships.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so looking ahead, what trends or changes do you see shaping the future of law firms, and how are you positioning yourself to stay ahead?
I think this is probably the top of everyone's mind right now is AI.
Mm-hmm.
I think AI is shaping the world in general, and it's going to be definitely a game changer for law firms and how we use it. I know there's a lot of trepidation out there, and I keep reminding myself, and when talking to colleagues and other people, that I'm sure throughout history, when we went to the printing press, to a typewriter, to word processing, to the internet. I mean, I remember I've been in a law so long. I remember when email addresses were new, and the firm I was at, we were really debating, do we even get email? And then once we had email, we're like, do we put it on our business cards? Do we want clients to have it? And then the next thing was, do we get a website or not? Can you imagine now not having an email or website? So I think AI is going to be cutting edge, just like email and internet. And I think it's, learning it and understanding it and how to use it responsibly and ethically, especially in the law. I think it's going to give everyone a lot of good tools as long as we understand how to use it appropriately.
Right. How are you guys currently using AI, and how are you, I know in that estate space, right? Mm-hmm. Really a lot overall. There's a lot of clients coming in and going, well, I pulled this. Well, mm-hmm. How is your firm staying ahead of that, and how are you using it together?
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of questions from clients about AI and other professionals. And, part of it is, we're using it. We're trying different tools. This isn't a plug or anything. We're using Copilot with our Microsoft right now. So, we're using that in, maybe helping us if, we have something we want, just like, hey, review this and tell me, can you make this a little bit more formal, make this a little bit more personal, things like that. There's a lot of different ethical rules that are coming down for us to make sure we have it. So, it's closed source. We are very careful not to share client information and remain confidential. In terms of clients coming in, a lot of this, I'm sure there's a spot for AI and that it can help some clients with some documents and different things that they're facing. But part of what we do is we provide the knowledge and the expertise on, okay, well, how is this going to play out? So, I could have someone who comes in and maybe they draft their own will and they are like, well, I want to leave some to my spouse and some to my kids. But depending on what state they live in, you may not be able to just disinherit your spouse like that and leave some to your kids. Or depending on, there's a lot of facts and circumstances that go into estate planning that people come in with ideas. And I'm like, can't exactly do that. Or we have to talk about the proper way to do it. So that's kind of where we're seeing AI. It's going to be really interesting. In addition to planning, we have a court side too, and a lot of the courts are coming down with rules on how AI can be used. And there's a lot of rules right now about making sure if you do use AI to help you draft anything in court pleadings, you have to put a statement on there, a certification, so that the court knows that you've done that. So.
That's so wild. I went to a tech kind of event last night for funding that just happened to be in Kansas City. We're both based in Kansas City. And every tech company there was some sort of AI play. But there was nothing in the legal space. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out in that space.
Yeah, definitely.
So, well, amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Yes, great. It was great to meet you, Aaron. And thank you for your time. And this is awesome.
Absolutely. And thank you for joining us on the Legal Growth Podcast presented by Legal Growth Partners. If you enjoyed today's episode, subscribe, drop us a review, share it with your colleagues because great insights are even better when shared. For more tips and tools to help grow your practice, visit legalgrowthpartners.com. And until next time, keep innovating, keep growing, and keep smiling. Have a great day, Rochelle.
Thanks, you too.
Bye.
Bye.